Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever looked at a massive company like Reliance Industries and just wondered how all its moving parts fit together, especially when it touches so much of daily life?
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into their world, this huge Indian conglomerate with a reach that stretches, from your smartphone all the way to your refrigerator.
And what's really fascinating here is just how robust their Q1 FY26 performance was. It's
Yeah,
quite something.
right.
We've waded through, well, a stack of their latest financial results, media releases, analyst presentations, and our mission really is to pull out the most important nuggets and insights for you.
Sort of a shortcut.
Exactly. A shortcut to being truly well-informed about this powerhouse, maybe uncovering some surprising facts along the way.
That's exactly right. We'll explore their latest numbers, look at some unexpected developments, and try to help you understand what it all means. For the broader market, the Indian economy, and ultimately for you, the consumer. So let's kick things off with the big picture. The consolidated Q1 FY26 results for Reliance Industries Ltd, RIL. Uh, Looking at the overall top line, we saw a total gross revenue of Rs 273,252 crore. That translates to about, what, $31.9 billion?
Yeah, around that. And it's up a solid 6.0% year over year, so decent growth there.
Okay. And how did that translate to profit?
Well, that robust top line fed directly into some pretty impressive profitability. This quarter actually saw their highest ever consolidated quarterly EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Right.
That hit Rs 58,024 crore, or about $6.8 billion. That's a huge jump, 35.7% year over year.
Wow.
And even more striking, their net profit, PT, also hit a record, Rs 30,783 crore, or $3.6 billion. That grew a really remarkable 76.5% year over year.
Okay, 76%. Those are some massive jumps. But, when we see increases that dramatic, there's often a bit more to the story than just the headline, isn't there?
There usually is, yeah. And it's really crucial to add context here. That net profit figure does include a pretty significant one-time gain.
Ah, okay.
It was Rs 8,924 crore from selling some listed investments they held in Asian Paints.
Right.
However, and this is important, even if you exclude that one-off gain, the underlying performance was still exceptionally strong.
Okay.
EBITDA still increased by a very healthy 15%, and PAT was still up 25% year over year. So it really demonstrates that the core businesses are firing on all cylinders, not just relying on that one event.
That makes sense. What about their debt and investment?
Financially, their net debt stood at 117,581 crore. That's about $13.7 billion. And they have a pretty healthy net debt to LTM EBITDA ratio of 0.59x.
LTM, last 12 months, right?
Exactly, last 12 months. So it's a good indicator of financial health relative to earnings over the past year. And they didn't hold back on investment either. Capital expenditure was substantial, Rs 29,875 crore, or $3.5 billion just for the quarter. Signals continued investment and growth.
So, okay, despite global volatility, these numbers really tell a story of remarkable resilience and growth. But what's truly driving this beyond that one-off gain, where did this growth really come from? Let's zoom in.
Right?
Let's zoom in on where many of us actually experience Reliance, their consumer businesses. First up, geo platforms. I mean, they've truly redefined how India connects.
Absolutely. Geo just continues to lead the charge in connectivity. They've now reached, get this, 498.1 million total subscribers.
Wow.
And they added 9.9 million net additions
Yeah.
in Q1 FY26 alone. Just incredible growth.
And the 5G rollout?
That's what's truly remarkable. Over 200 million 5G users as of June 2025.
200 million.
Yep. Makes it the world's fastest 5G deployment, just moving at an incredible pace.
Yes.
And it's not just mobile, they've also crossed 20 million home connections.
Yeah.
And GeoAir fiber.
The wireless broadband thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fixed wireless access, or FWA. It's now the largest FWA service globally.
Globally.
It's approximately 7.4 million subscribers. And this rapid scale, it's enabled by their own proprietary tech, this point-to-multi-point UBR technology. It lets them bring nearly 1 million new home connections online every single month.
1 million a month. That kind of rapid scale in geo is genuinely impressive. But how challenging is it to maintain profitability, the average revenue per user, when you're growing at such a breakneck pace?
That's an excellent question. It's a tightrope walk, definitely.
Yeah.
But they seem to be managing it well. Average revenue per user, ARPU, actually hit Rs 208.8 per month.
Okay.
And that's up 14.9% year over year.
So not just more users, but users spending more or using more.
Exactly. It's driven by increased consumption. Per capita data consumption is now at an astounding 37 gigabit per month.
37 gigs.
Per person per month. Yeah. I mean, this isn't just a number. It signifies this massive cultural and behavioral shift in how Indians live and work. It makes India one of the most data-hungry nations globally and really
Wow.
solidifies Jio's position as, a foundational digital enabler.
And they're adding new stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, they're not stopping. New offerings include Jio Games. Cloud gives you access to over 500 console-quality titles, no extra hardware needed.
Hmm.
And Jio PC, which is an AI-ready cloud computer. It's designed to be affordable, secure, pay-as-you-go.
Interesting. And the financials for Geo platform itself.
Looked good.
Yeah.
Revenue was Rs 41,054 crore, up 18.8% year over year. EBITDA, Rs 18,135 crore, up 23.9%. And importantly, their margin expanded by 210 basis points.
So 2.1 percentage points more profitable.
Precisely. Very healthy.
Okay, so from how you connect, let's pivot to what you buy. Reliance Retail, another colossal consumer-facing entity. And they just made a fascinating move. Might put a familiar name back in many Indian living rooms.
They certainly did. Reliance Retail Ventures Limited acquired Kelvinator.
Kelvinator. Wow, that's a name from the past. The coolest one, right?
Exactly. That was their iconic tagline in India back in the 70s and 80s. Globally, the brand's been around for over a century, synonymous with trust, innovation. They pioneered electric refrigeration.
So why buy them now?
Well, it seems like a genuinely strategic move for Reliance Retail, a way to amplify its leadership in India's consumer durables market. Leverage that brand recall, that trust, to democratize access to aspirational living, as they put it.
Makes sense.
Isha Ambani, their executive director, put it quite well. She said this acquisition is enabling us to significantly broaden our offering of trusted global innovations to Indian consumers, using that legacy brand power.
That Kelvinator deal is definitely interesting, using a legacy brand like that. But stepping back, what does the overall performance of Reliance Retail tell us about the broader Indian consumer market right now? Is it bouncing back?
It definitely reveals a market that's, vibrant and seems ready for growth. Retail's Q1 performance was very robust overall. Gross revenue up 11.3% year over year to Rs 84,171 crore.
All right.
EBITDA also saw strong growth, up 12.7% year over year to Rs 6,381 crore. And they achieved an industry-leading EBITDA margin of 8.7%.
That's quite high for retail, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Shows efficiency. And their scale, their reach.
Yeah.
Truly impressive. They expanded to 19,592 stores, opened 388 new ones just this quarter.
Wow.
And they now boast a massive 358 million registered customer base. That drove 389 million transactions in the quarter, which is up 16.5% year over year. Huge numbers.
On the digital side, GeoMart.
Yeah, GeoMart is scaling rapidly.
Yeah.
Quick hyperlocal deliveries saw, get this, 175% year-over-year growth
175%.
and 68% quarter-over-quarter growth in daily orders. They're now serving over 4,290 PIN codes in more than 1,000 cities. Plus, their marketplace offering and subscription services are also adding to the mix.
What about areas like fashion?
Fashion and lifestyle saw good growth too, driven by new formats like GAP, Azorte, Yusta. Those collectively saw 59% YoY growth.
Right.
At AJIO, their online platform, showed improvements, 18% new customer revenue, launched AJIO Rush for 4-hour delivery in some places. And Shein, which they brought back, also saw strong traction, over 2 million app downloads.
And they have their own consumer products too, right?
Yeah.
FMCG.
They do. That business generated about Rs 4,400 crore in revenue in Q1, growing really fast, 2x year over year. And the plan seems to be for RCPL, Reliance Consumer Products Limited, to become a much more focused consumer brands portfolio going forward.
Okay, it's clear these consumer businesses aren't just growing, they're fundamentally reshaping how people access goods and services across India. But beyond the consumer side, Reliance also has these massive industrial operations and, well, a truly bold vision for the future of energy.
That's right. Let's touch on those, starting with their oil to chemicals or O2C business. Now, revenue there actually decreased slightly by 1.5% year over year.
Oh, why was that?
Primarily due to lower crude prices compared to last year, and they also had a planned maintenance shutdown, which impacted production a bit.
Okay.
However, their EBITDA, their profit essentially, increased by a healthy 10.8% year over year to Rs 14,511 crore.
So lower revenue but higher profit. How does that work?
Good question. It was driven by favorable margins, particularly on domestic fuel retail, and also improvements in what they call transportation fuel cracks.
Cracks.
Yeah, it's basically the profit margin refiners make turning crude oil into things like gasoline and diesel. Those margins improved. For instance, gasoline cracks were up 16% year over year, so they made more money on each barrel they processed, essentially.
Got it. And the GOBP stations.
Yes, the GOBP network played a significant role here, too. They saw a substantial increase in domestic fuel placement through their 1,991 retail outlets. Petrol sales up 38.6%, diesel up 34.2% year over year. That's vastly outperforming the overall industry growth rates.
Impressive.
And they also noted progress on other fronts, 6,292 EV charging points now, and 100 compressed biogas stations.
Okay. And what about their traditional oil and gas exploration, the E&P segment?
Exploration and production, yeah. Revenue there was slightly down, 1.2% year over year,
Why down?
mainly due to a natural decline in gas production volume for their big KGD6 gas base in the Krishna Godavari field.
Yeah.
Even though they got a better price for the gas they did sell, the volume dip pulled revenue down slightly.
Okay.
And consequently, EBITDA also declined a bit, 4.1% year over year, attributed to that lower revenue and also some higher maintenance costs.
Right. So looking forward then, the new energy segment seems to be where Reliance is placing its biggest bets for the future. Can you help us understand the vision here? It sounds huge.
It is huge. This is truly what they're calling Reliance's geo moment for new energy.
A geo moment, so aiming for that kind of disruption again.
Exactly, mirroring the transformational impact they had in telecom. The goal is, well, ambitious doesn't quite cover it. They aim to fully operationalize their entire new energy ecosystem in the next 4 to 6 quarters.
4 to 6 quarters, that's incredibly fast.
It is, and they plan for this to be nothing short of, and I'm quoting here, the world's most advanced in technology and most integrated manufacturing ecosystem and largest at scale outside China.
Wow. Okay. What are the goals?
The strategic goals seem pretty clear. First, meet the RIL Group's own large captive energy needs, their internal demand, targeting at least a 25% cost reduction for themselves.
Makes sense. De-risk their own energy costs.
Precisely. Then, after it's operational, they plan to pursue, quote, win-win partnerships with other players.
And what specific things are they building?
Specific initiatives include executing large power generation projects out in Kutch, setting up a dedicated transmission line to their Jamnagar complex, and planning a fully integrated green chemicals ecosystem. They also mentioned they're on track to commission 55 compressed biogas plants by the end of this year.
This is, as you said, incredibly ambitious, especially that timeline. What are the key elements that really need to fall into place for Reliance to achieve this geo moment in new energy? And what could its wider impact be, maybe even beyond India?
Well, it's all about execution at speed and, crucially, at scale. The core challenge, I think, is integrating such diverse technologies. Solar panels, batteries, green hydrogen production, the whole works into a cohesive, efficient system within that really tight time frame. It's a massive engineering and logistical challenge.
And the impact if they pull it off.
If they succeed, the impact could be profound. I mean, obviously, it could de-risk their own energy supply and significantly slash their costs. But beyond that,
Yeah.
it could really position India as a major global player in green energy manufacturing and innovation. It could attract further investment, potentially reshape global supply chains for clean energy tech.
Oh.
It's a huge bet, definitely, but one with potentially massive payoffs, both for Reliance and for India.
Fascinating. Okay, and shifting gears slightly, for those of you who caught the IPL cricket this season, you might have already experienced one of Reliance's fastest growing segments directly.
Geostar.
Yes, the media arm. Geostar reported record revenues of Rs 11,222 crore and EBITDA of Rs 1,017 crore in Q1 FY26. Big numbers.
And the IPL viewership, I heard it was huge.
Huge is an understatement. IPL 2025 delivered truly record-breaking viewership. Across TV and Geo Hotstar combined, 1.19 billion viewers.
Billion.
And Geo Hotstar itself, the digital platform, reached an incredible 652 million viewers. That's up 28% year over year.
Staggering numbers. And the final match. The IPL 2025 final was genuinely monumental. It became the most watched T20 match ever. On digital, 237 million reach, 55.2 million peak concurrent viewers watching at the same time.
Unbelievable.
And also the biggest ever on TV with 189 million viewers.
Yeah.
Just massive reach.
Those numbers are, well, hard to even comprehend. What does this kind of digital viewership dominance mean for the media landscape in India, and how are they leveraging that engagement beyond just the IPL?
Well, it means they're fundamentally reshaping how entertainment is consumed across the country, especially on digital. The engagement was incredibly strong. Geo Hotstar averaged over 460 million monthly active users.
460 million.
And had 287 million paid subscribers during the IPL period. And it wasn't just cricket. It recorded its highest ever monthly entertainment watch time in June 2025.
Oh,
That shows sustained engagement beyond just sports.
so the other content is working too.
It seems so. Content-wise, they highlighted Criminal Justice having the strongest opening for any OTT original show in 2025.
Hmm.
Kasari 2 was apparently 2025's biggest movie across all languages on Geo Hotstar. And internationally, Mufasa, The Lion King, became the most watched international movie ever on the platform.
Oh.
And they haven't forgotten traditional TV either. Star Plus maintained its leadership, and Star Utsav apparently became the #1 channel on DD Free Dish when it relaunched there. So it really is a full spectrum play sports, general entertainment, movies, digital, linear TV. They're hitting all the bases.
So, okay, we've taken a pretty deep dive into Reliance Industries Q1 FY26 performance. We've seen strong growth pretty much across its incredibly diverse portfolio, from digital services and retail all the way to energy and media.
Absolutely. I mean, from those record-breaking numbers in Geo Platforms and GeoStar
Hmm.
to that strategic Kelvinator acquisition in retail, and of course the truly ambitious timeline for new energy, this quarter really showcases, I think, their broad-based growth momentum and strategic clarity. Mukesh Ambani himself stated confidence in, and I think the quote was, doubling EBITDA across RIL Group by end of golden decade. That speaks volumes about their long-term vision.
It really paints a picture of a company that's, well, aggressively innovating and expanding on multiple fronts simultaneously. And for you, the listener, whether it's through how you consume content, the price of your data, how you access home appliances, or even, the future of green energy, Reliance's moves are very likely to impact your daily life in some way.
Which brings up, I think, the real challenge for a conglomerate like Reliance, right? In this era of rapid technological change, evolving consumer habits,
Hmm.
how do you sustain that level of innovation and profitability across such diverse yet increasingly interconnected segments? This is a fascinating balancing act to watch.
Indeed. It's a complex dance managing all those pieces. Definitely something to keep an eye on how these different ventures continue to evolve and interact in the market going forward.